Hello and welcome to the video. In this video, I am going to show you a complete AI video creation workflow for beginners with a special focus on lip sync. But before we begin, take a look at the short sample.
I paid for this land. I only wish to draw a little water.
The land is yours, yes, but the water inside this well is mine. Do not touch it.
But the landlord now forbids me from using the water in the well.
Speak calmly. Why does he claim the water is not yours?
At last, justice. This water will keep my fields alive.
If you have ever wondered how AI videos get such accurate lip sync and how you can go ahead and create one, stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the entire process step by step. We'll go from story creation to designing characters to building scenes to creating the opening image to generating audio clips to creating video clips and finally generating the fully polished video. I'll also include a link in the description to a document with all the prompts and tools I use so you can follow along easily. This is a beginner friendly tutorial and I'll explain everything clearly. By the way, I'm Sagar and I've been experimenting and building with AI tools for over 3 years now. So let's get started with the first step, which is creating the story. So for the story, you have two options. Either you write your own story or you use ChatGPT to generate your story. In this video, we'll be using ChatGPT to generate our story. Open ChatGPT and type in your prompt. You can experiment with different prompt variations, for example, changing the storyline, the characters, or the setting until you get a story you like. So here we can see that ChatGPT has given us 4 stories. Another approach is to take a story that you already have and ask ChatGPT to refine and expand it. Just keep in mind that AI generated stories lack nuance or depth, so just keep tweaking the output until it feels right. Once you have finalized your story, copy it into a tool like Notion or ClickUp. Since we'll be working with a lot of assets, prompts, images, text, audio clips, video clips, it's important to keep yourself organized. For this tutorial, here is the story that I'll be using. It's a classic Akbar and Birbal story. A farmer buys a piece of land from a landlord that includes a well. When the farmer tries to use the water in the well, the landlord refuses him from doing so. The dispute is taken to the court of Emperor Akbar, where Birbal, one of his ministers, solves the issue in a clever way by asking the landlord to remove the water from the well or pay rent for storing it. This story becomes the backbone for everything that we generate next. Here you can see the prompt that I have prepared for generating the characters based on the story. The story is provided on the top. You can replace the double brackets with your own story. You can see how the prompt talks about the personality, asks it to focus just on the subject and not give a detailed background, and it asks for a consistent style that matches the whole story. We'll copy the story to the prompt. So now we have our prompt ready. We'll copy it into ChatGPT. And as you can see, based on the 4 characters in our story, ChatGPT has given us 4 character prompts. You can see how the prompt makes the landlord look calculating like a businessman and rich. You can also see how the prompt shows Birbal as intelligent and sharp. And the farmer is made to look as a humble and hardworking man. Now let's go to openart.ai, the platform that we are going to use to generate our images. OpenArt is a platform where you can use the latest image models, video models, and a lot of other features. Since we are going to be using the Nano Banana Pro model, you can also use Gemini to generate the images. However, what I have seen is the output provided by the Nano Banana Pro API, which OpenArt uses, is much more better than what we get on gemini.google.com. Or you can also use Dzine AI. This is a tool that we are going to use for our lip sync later in the video. So if you have to get one subscription, just get the subscription for Dzine.ai. You can generate images, videos, and also do multi-character lip sync on this platform. We select the Nano Banana Pro model Then we copy the prompt for the farmer and paste it into openart.ai. We select the screen size. It takes a few seconds to generate the image. Let's create a folder where we are going to save all the character images that we are going to generate. So this is the image of the farmer that we have generated. It is important to generate the image of the characters upfront so that we can keep them consistent across the video. If we don't follow this process, the characters won't match across the scene because we don't generate the entire video in a single shot. We generate different clips for different scenes and at the end we combine them. We'll download the image and save the character in a folder. We'll repeat the process for the other three characters. This is the character that is generated for Akbar. He looks like a calm, experienced king. This is the image for Birbal. He looks sharp. And this is the image for the landlord. Nano Banana Pro is the best model to generate images right now. Next, we'll break down our story into different scenes. So here is the prompt that we are going to use to break down our story into different scenes. The reason we are breaking down our story into scenes is so that we can generate an image for each scene in the story. This image will be the starting point for the video for that scene. You can see the second last line in that prompt is to make sure that each scene summary is crafted specifically for generating high quality images. We'll copy the story into the prompt. We'll put it in ChatGPT. ChatGPT has generated 4 scenes for us. See how it mentions the characters in the scene. This will be helpful for us in putting the actual characters into the scene when generating the image. We'll create 4 different pages in ClickUp, one for each scene. So the first scene is describing the disputed well where the farmer and the landlord are having a conversation. The second scene is set in the court of Akbar where the farmer has reached to seek justice from Akbar. The third scene talks about how Birbal is in conversation with the landlord and solving the issue cleverly. And the fourth scene is about how the farmer is happy with the decision taken and is expressing his gratitude. So now that we have the scenes ready, let's move to generate the images for those scenes. So here is my prompt to generate the image for the scene. You can see one line over there in the instructions on the last line where I have written that people should face the camera so that they can be lip synced. This is important because if the character is facing on the other side, we can't lip sync him. At the bottom, we'll paste the story and the scene. The reason we are placing the full story so that when ChatGPT is generating the prompt for the scene image, it has context about what is happening in the story. So here is the output that we have got from ChatGPT. It is talking about how the farmer is standing beside a stone well. It also talks about the wealthy, proud landlord. The adjectives used here are very important for Nano Banana Pro to generate the correct image. Now let's take this prompt to OpenArt and generate an image for this. We go to OpenArt and there is a section at the bottom called Omni Reference. In this Omni Reference section, we are going to provide the images of the farmer and the landlord, the two characters in this scene. This is to ensure that the character that is generated in the scene image matches the characters that we had generated before. So here is the generated image. We can see how the landlord and the farmer are wearing the same dress that was in the character. We can also see the stone well, the farmland, and everything that is required to make this scene look as realistic as possible. We'll download this image and save it in a folder. We'll repeat the exact same process for the other 3 scenes. Okay, so now we have the 4 images generated. You can see in the second scene how the farmer is in front of Akbar with his hands joined. Because we had generated our characters beforehand, the farmer is looking the same in both the scenes. This is the image for the third scene where Birbal is having a conversation with the landlord. Look at how the landlord is looking shocked. Now we can see the farmer, how he is taking out water from the well, and look at the facial expressions to see that he is expressing gratitude. Once these four images are generated, we need to generate the audio or the voiceover for the conversation that is happening between the characters. This is a prompt that first we will give to ChatGPT. ChatGPT will generate for us the dialogues based on the scene. As an input to this prompt, we'll be providing the story, the scene, and the scene visual. We are also going to add some narration dialogues which will provide context for the scene. This is something which the characters won't speak out loud, but it is important so that the viewer can understand what is happening. So, let's copy the story, the scene 1 visual, and the scene 1 prompt for generating the audio. Now let's paste it into ChatGPT. And here we can see that the output is being generated. It contains one line for narration and a conversation between the characters. Later, we are going to convert these dialogues into audio and add lip sync. Let's repeat the process for the other three scenes. So now that we have all the dialogues generated, let's convert them into actual audio files. We are going to use 11 Labs. 11 Labs provides you 10,000 credits for free every month. This should be sufficient for generating our audio for this story. Let's go into 11 Labs and create a project. Let's name the project appropriately. Now we'll copy all our dialogues into 11 Labs. We are going to remove the meta text that ChatGPT has added. Now, let's start assigning a voice to every character. Let's start with the narrator. Let's try the voice of Bill.
As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
Let's try the voice of Alice.
Just trust yourself, then you will know how to live.
Let's hear Callum.
Life without love is like a tree without blossoms or fruit.
I think Alice sounds good, and let's select Alice to be our narrator. We can add an alias for every voice, and let's set the alias for Alice as narrator. Let's repeat the process for all the characters in the story. And now let's hear to the full story.
In the very first moment after buying his land, the farmer finds himself barred from the well he believed was rightfully his.
I paid for this land. I only wish to draw a little water.
The land is yours, yes, but the water inside this well is mine. Do not touch it.
How can I farm without water? This isn't fair.
Fair or not, those are my terms. The water stays with me.
The anxious farmer stands before Emperor Akbar, seeking justice for the well he can no longer use.
Your Majesty, I bought the land, but the landlord now forbids me from using the water in the well.
Speak calmly. Why does he claim the water is not yours?
He says he sold me only the land, not the water inside it.
Very well. Summon the landlord. Let the truth be settled here.
In Akbar's court, Birbal finally speaks, turning the landlord's own logic against him.
If the water is yours, then kindly remove it from the farmer's well.
Remove it? That's impossible.
Then your claim holds no ground.
Thank you, Your Majesty, and Birbal.
The farmer returns to his land, relief warming his smile, finally free to draw the water that is rightfully his.
At last, justice. This water will keep my fields alive. Thank you, Birbal. Thank you, Akbar. I won't forget this kindness.
Pay attention to the voices you select since they decide the whole vibe of your video. I have removed the double quotes that ChatGPT had provided. I have seen that it adds more expressiveness to the voice. Once you have generated the entire audio, see that it is covering the entire story completely and not missing anything. Now, let's download a zip file, a different file for each line, and name them accordingly. Naming the audio files is important because it will help us in doing the lip sync later. Okay, now that we have the audio files, let's name them. The naming convention that I have followed is the scene number, then the dialogue number, then who is saying the dialogue? In this case, N stands for the narrator. Let's name all the files. Okay, now that we have named all the files, let's move to the second last part of the video where we are going to generate the lip sync for the scene. For lip sync, we are going to use Dzine AI. When you go to Dzine.ai, go to AI tools, then click on lip sync. Name the project appropriately. We are going to create a separate project for every scene. Then we are going to upload the image for the scene. Let's upload the image for the first scene. Once you upload the image, Dzine will give you an option to select the face of the character. Here we can select the face of the farmer and the landlord. After that, let's upload our audio files for both the speakers. We have the dialogues ready and we'll upload the dialogues for the farmer and the landlord. After opening this, you will see a tab called Upload Audio. Let's select the audio file. After adjusting all the dialogues on the timeline, let's just view how the whole thing sounds.
But I paid for this land. I only wish to draw a little water.
The land is yours, yes, but the water inside this well is mine. Do not touch it.
How can I farm without water? This isn't fair.
Fair or not, those are my terms. The water stays with me.
This looks perfect. Now, let's just submit it to Dzine AI for generating the lip sync for the scene. We are going to repeat this process for the other 3 scenes in this video. Few things I've learned after using Dzine AI is that it's still not a perfect product. So, what I recommend is when you generate the videos, generate one at a time and create a separate project for every video that you are going to generate. So, you are going to have 4 projects, one for each scene. It takes about 10 to 20 minutes to generate every video. Once done, you can go to a video editor tool of your choice and combine all the videos together. So here is the final video that we have created.
In the very first moment after buying his land, the farmer finds himself barred from the well he believed was rightfully his.
I paid for this land. I only wish to draw a little water.
The land is yours, yes, but the water inside this well is mine. Do not touch it.
How can I farm without water? This isn't fair.
Fair or not, those are my terms. The water stays with me.
The anxious farmer stands before Emperor Akbar, seeking justice for the well he can no longer use.
Your Majesty, I bought the land, but the landlord now forbids me from using the water in the well.
Speak calmly. Why does he claim the water is not yours?
He says he sold me only the land, not the water inside it.
Very well. Summon the landlord. Let the truth be settled here.
In Akbar's court, Birbal finally speaks, turning the landlord's own logic against him.
If the water is yours, then kindly remove it from the farmer's well.
Remove it? That's impossible.
Then your claim holds no ground.
The farmer returns to his land, relief warming his smile, finally free to draw the water that is rightfully his.
This water will keep my fields alive. Thank you, Birbal. Thank you, Akbar. I won't forget this kindness.
So, just reiterating the process that we followed. First, we prepared our story using ChatGPT. Then, we created our characters. After that, we created scenes which contain those characters. After that, we created an image for the scene. Then, we generated dialogues and audio for the scene. Then, we generated the clips. And later, we combined all of them together. I hope this video was helpful to you. Let me know in the comment section what you would like to see next. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more such content. Here is Sagar signing off. Thank you.